Praise be to Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashai, Bahashem Lakakatash, the Bahana to the elder and apostle of Great Winston. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the Akiamu pushing this truth to the four winds of the heaven. Today I'm coming with another lesson. There are something for you brothers who get a hard time knowing the route the Northern Kingdom took from Assyria to the American. So today I am going to show you the route with some historical evidence, but I want to put a disclaimer there. I am not a historian. So don't come another time and catch me that you said this. And I am not in detail. First of all, even believing in history that the Northern Kingdom took a route from Assyria to the America, that require faith, man. So it depends on your faith. This is not about history, or this is not about scholarly things, man. This is about faith, man. First of all, I believed the Northern Kingdom as a Latin native, and the Native American, the Hispanic, man. Before even going to the breakdown, I believed they are the Israelite, man. Before going to history, before going to the breakdown. So these things of ours is about faith. And another thing I believed is the name of our Lord here is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. The first time I heard it before going to the breakdown. So these things of ours is about faith, man. So today I am going to try to show the route in which the Northern Kingdom took. And prior to that, I will show you history that route was present even before Israel separated into Northern and the Southern Kingdom. That route was there, man. From 855 BC, the Phoenician, in which I talked, who was a Phoenician, man. The Phoenician were seafarer, man. They used to travel the sea, man. They traveled to Australia, to the island of Australia. They traveled, man, to the island of the Mediterranean Sea, and they traveled around Africa, man. So that motherfucker Vasco da Gama was not the first sea traveler who circumnavigated Africa, man, who went around Africa. The first people were the Phoenicians, man, and they established a route from Middle East, going around the east coast of Africa to the south horn of Africa, then to the America, man. And the America that is called Ophir, man. Yes, I'll tell you, Ophir is in Australia. That is a lie, man. And another speculation says that Ophir is in India. That is another big fat lie. Hey, man, you need to understand something here, man. The best kept secret that the Northern Kingdom, the Latin Native America, Israel, that was the best kept secret. In order to keep that secret, Esau needed to change location, man. He will tell you PUNT is in Eritrea, and he'll tell you Ophir is in Australia or Ophir is in India, man. So that you won't, that's a stumbling block Esau put into you, man, hiding history. But through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we know that Ophir was the American, man. So those seafarer, the Phoenician or the ancient Sidon and Tyre, they fared the sea, man. And King Solomon, because he had influence, he used them Canaanite, man, to bring goods for him, man. They brought good from a place known as PUNT. I will show you in a minute. And from PUNT they came to Ophir, and from there they returned from the Gibraltar, how to call it, the Gibraltar to the Mediterranean, then to the Middle East, man. That was a sea route from the ancient time, man. And I am here to tell you, Cristobal Colon was not the first one to discover the America, man. First of all, you need to understand the 10 tribes were not lost. the 10 tribes were not lost. The southern kingdom always knew about the 10 tribes that they were in the America, man. You see, there is no prophecy which says that the 10 tribes will be lost, man. Amen. They were expelled from their land, man. They were taken to Assyria, man. After the Assyria, they decided to go to a place known as Asaret. And mind you, the northern kingdom knew about Asaret, man, which is another name for Ophir. So they took that sea route, which was established during the time of King Solomon, man, the same sea route. You see? So let us go start with scripture, man. Second Ezra, man, verse 13, chapter 13, verse, starting at verse 39. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another piece of multitude to him, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prison out of their own land in the time of Hosea king, whom Thalmanasseh the king of Assyria led away captive, and carried them over the waters, and so came there into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of heathen and go forth into a further country, where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their own statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by a narrow place of the river, for the Most High then showed sign for them, and held still the flood, till they went past over. For though that country there was a great way to go, namely for a year and a half, and the same region is called Asaret, man. Then dwelt there until the later time, and now when they shall begin to come, man. This sea route took 1 year and a half, because if you want to sail, man, passing these great seas, man, they used to observe this for a nation. They used to observe the monsoon is wind. There is something known as the monsoon is wind. They blew from north to south and south to north. At the time they blow from south to north, it is time to come from the America to Middle East. It's the time they blow from north to south, man. From it really northeast to southwest. You see, that's why they took that sea route, man. See, north. It is not like today. Today people can use ships powered with petrol and whatever. They can go anywhere they want. But in the ancient time, man, even when the Arab came to East Africa, the coast of East Africa, they used things known as though. These are kind of ships which the Arab made. They put something like what do we call it? Like a piece of cloth, man. When the wind blows, they feel that piece of cloth, then the ship start moving. So you need to go by the wind, man. There are time when this monsoon is wind blew from north east to southwest, man. That's why the northern kingdom took this route, man. See, let me draw for you and see, so that you can see. Let me draw. This monsoon is wind blow from this way, this direction, and this direction. So from northeast to southwest. So when the Arab came to the coast, to the east coast of Africa, they depended this monsoon is wind, man, because this monsoon is wind can push their ships known as though. They feel that piece of cloth and the ship start moving. They didn't use engine back then, man. That's why the foreign nation took the same route, man. They needed to go around Africa. You see, they needed to go around Africa, man. They went around Africa, then they came, they went this way. You see, this is the route they took. And after that, when the wind from southwest to northeast starting to blow, they came from the America to the Gibraltar, they entered the Mediterranean Sea to the Middle East. So the Northern Kingdom, let me read something for you. See, let me read something for you here. The Northern Kingdom, let me find something here for you, real quick. This is Genesis 49 and 13. Zabulon shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and they shall be for an haven of sheep, and his border shall be unto Zidon. So, even in ancient, this apply now. You can apply this prophet now. The tribe of Zabulon where they dwell, and this applied back then. The border of this is the border of this Zabulon went out to ancient Zidon, and this is Zidon and the Tyre, where the seafarer, the Phoenician. So the tribe of Zebulon, they knew about ships and the seafarer. They knew about that, and among the tribe which came to the America, one of the tribe were the tribe of Zabulon. The tribe of Zabulon. One among those tribes was the tribe of Zabulon. So the tribe of Zabulon, they knew about these maritime activities. So they took those ships, they landed from the Phoenician, they made their shipmen, they came from Assyria, passing the narrow pass of the Euphrates on ship. They went with the monsoon's wind. They went around Africa to another part of the world. And mind you, when Esau came in power during the Renaissance, he funded the expedition of Cristobal Colon. And mind you, Esau knew that the Phoenician, they traveled the sea, they discovered the America. And that's why when you go to history, there was this one guy, I don't remember his name. He was a historian or an investigator of Cristobal Colon. He investigated, probably he came across the history of the Phoenician, how they traveled around the sea. So he knew there was another part of the earth, and there was these 10 lost tribes that dwelt there. And another thing is Cristobal Colon read about what? He read about 2nd Ezra 13:39, up to verse 46. That's why he had Hebrew interpreter. And another thing to add there, I told you the lost 10 tribe, that is what do you call a campaign for Esau to cover the truth, I have told you there are no such thing as the 10 lost tribes. The southern kingdom, which is Judah, Levi, and Benjamin, they knew about their brothers being on the other side of the world. That's why during the Dark Age, there was contact between the tribe of Judah, which dwelled in Europe, with the Latina tribe. There is a book, I don't remember its name, the brothers from Church of Yahweh 144 in England, they did a very edifying lesson on that. They showed those pictures, because that book is expensive. I cannot afford to buy that book. So those brothers, they bought that book, and they did a good lesson showing the tribe of Judah in Europe during the Dark Age. They had frequent contact with their brothers on the another side of the world, man. So with this information, if you still deny that the Latin are not the Northern Kingdom, then I don't know what to tell you, man. You see? So this, when the European came in power during the Renaissance, they knew about this, man. And the Cristobal Colon knew about the Northern Kingdom. That's why he had Hebrew interpreter in his ship, man. So in order to Esau, because Esau is a devil and a liar, he came with the doctrine of European Israelism, man, to say that the British and the Spain and whatever and the America, those white people are the lost 10 tribes, man. That's when all of those bullshit started there, man. And when we came to wake up to know who we are, Esau again throw something. All Israelites are black, man. Where do you think these niggers came across those information, man? Because of Esau, man. Esau is a liar, man. Esau, he placed nets, man, to trap your ass, man. So that is a sea route I provided for you. The sea route the Northern Kingdom took, and as a matter of fact, I am going to show you something here really quick. Where is your feeling, man? Some scholars say Ophir is in here. They say Ophir is here, is in Somali. No, that's not it, man. Let's go back. Some scholars say that, you see, this is another white. I told you this is another white lie. Another white lie. Esau pressed two lies concerning the Northern Kingdom. The first lie was the so-called the lost 10 tribe as a white living in Europe. That is a lie, first lie. When that first lie was exposed, he came with another lie, saying that Ophir is Zimbabwe, man. And another lie is that Ophir is India, or Ophir is in Australia, man. So this is lies, man. To know, if you know where is Ophir, you will know where the Northern Kingdom was, man. If you can understand. So Ophir is not in Zimbabwe, or Ophir is not in India, or Ophir is not in Australia. And those islands Esau calls the island of Solomon or whatever, man. That's where they say Ophir is, man. Ophir is not there, man. Zimbabwe, see, Zimbabwe, let's go here. What do you call this? You need to know when the, what do you call, when is a Phoenician, let me draw for you, or let's go to this map, another map here, and see this route. I told you the Northern Kingdom took this route, and the Phoenician took this route, but they didn't come from Assyria here, they came from here. See, the Phoenician came from here, the Red Sea. The Red Sea, they went to the east coast of Africa, then to here, the south horn of Africa, and to here. You see, those are the Phoenicians, the route they took. So in the middle here, you got something called PUNT, the kingdom of PUNT. So the Phoenicians, they didn't travel from the Red Sea all the way to the New World. No, they stopped. They have stops here on the west, on the east coast of Africa. That's why you got great civilization on the east coast of Africa, like the Zimbabwe, man. Those Zimbabwe architecture. If you have seen them on YouTube or whatever, man, those architectures. So Esau, he pull out his fact and saying that is supposed to be Ofri, man. And I agree that Zimbabwe produces the best gold, man, but that's not Ofri. And the South Africa again was their stop, because South Africa produced the best Ofri, but their destination was to the America, man. So with that, let us go back there. There is something I want to show you, man. So there is something known as PUNT. You need to understand these things. This is PUNT. And first of all, this is from the red to the mid. This is to show you, what do we call it? This is what do you call, somebody wrote this research, somebody did for a nation in the East Africa. In East Africa, this is talking about the east coast of Africa. I told you PUNT was along the east coast of Africa. It was probably Zimbabwe. So when the foreign nation traveled from the Red Sea all the way to the east coast to the horn of South Africa, which is South Africa itself, to the New World, they have stops. I am not going to read all of this, man. I am showing you so that you can understand the Phoenician. They went along the east coast of Africa, man. And this is an evidence that the Phoenician take that route in which the Northern Kingdom took to the New World, man. And this is another dagger to the European Israelism, man. The big fat liar that the white men as the Northern Kingdom, all Israelites are black, man. This is a dagger, man. To you, all of you scoffers, man. Yesterday I did a video showing you that only the Southern Kingdom is in Africa, man. And not all Bantu are Israelites, man. Other Bantu are for a nation, man. And this is another proof that the foreign nation have access to Africa, man. So them dwelling in Africa, the Canaanite dwelling in South Africa, that is a normal thing, man. See? So if you can understand. So where is PUNT, man? Others say PUNT, you see. Other people say PUNT is here. Eritrea and Esau. That's what Esau tell you. But in his journey, he killed himself. He is telling you PUNT is a place where there was gold, man. And he tell you PUNT is supposed to be Eritrea or Somalia. You see, that's a big fat lie, man. PUNT is supposed to be Zimbabwe, man. And he tell you, he put that truth there. He tell you PUNT was probably Eritrea, Somalia, whatever. He bring his Egyptian bullshit, man. But in there, he tell you PUNT. Some say PUNT is Zimbabwe, man. And through the speech of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, you can know the best place which produce gold is America, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. So PUNT have to be Zimbabwe, not Eritrea or Somalia. In Somalia, they don't have gold there, man. Hey, man, the best place which produce gold is Zimbabwe, man. Up until now, the European don't want to live with Zimbabwe and South Africa. Why? Because there is gold, man. And that was supposed to be PUNT. Things in which came from PUNT, man. Among the trade brought to Egypt from PUNT were gold, bone, wild animal skin, elephant tusk, ivory spice, precious wood, cosmetic, incense, frankincense, and myrrh. This is no damn hell Eritrea or Somalia. This is supposed to be Zimbabwe, man. And then you have people telling you that Jerusalem is supposed to be Africa, somewhere in Zimbabwe, because King Solomon had this elephant tusk, ivory, and spice. In the Middle East, you can't get these things. No. These things were brought from PUNT, man. All of you all of you brain bed who say Israel is in Africa, man, this is a dagger to you, man. Those things, ebon, wild animal skin, elephant tusks, ivory, spice, precious woods, cosmetic incense, and a different animal. King Solomon obtained it from Punt, man. And another thing, King Solomon obtained from Ophir, Ophir, which was supposed to be the America, or is the America, man. If you can understand something there, man. So my point, I'm continuing to drill and nail into these white peoples, man. For a nation are said to have said anti-clockwise around Africa. If you say anti-clockwise around Africa, where do you go? Anti-clockwise around Africa. Anti-clockwise around Africa. If you say anti-clockwise around Africa, you go this way to the America. Why did they do that? I told you they used the ships which have a piece of cloth. They waited for the wind to blow from northeast to southwest, and another wind blow from southwest to northeast. So they waited for the wind to blow, this monsoon's wind to blow from northeast to southwest, so they came with this route. And when they returned, because the wind blew from where? From southwest to northeast, they took this route. That's why they came from the Gibraltar here, the narrow pass of the Gibraltar to the Mediterranean, to the Middle East back here. So that's the quick point there. I have told you I'm not a historian, so you need to excuse me, man. So another point is this for a nation. This is a ship, types of ship they use. I told you it have a piece of cloth. When the wind blow, they feel that piece of cloth. Then the ship gain momentum and it start moving. So they went anti-clockwise Africa, starting out from the Red Sea, passing around the bottom of Africa, in which they followed the east coast of Africa, with the sun to the right of them, as to the old Greek account of voyage, man. So another account to prove that these people, this foreign nation, man, this foreign nation, theory of foreign nation discovery of the America. So this foreign nation discovers the America as Ophir, man. And along their way, they have their stop at Punt, a Punt which represents Zimbabwe, man. That's why you see those great architects in Zimbabwe, because the foreign nation were not only seafarer, but they helped King Solomon to build the temple, man. So they were great architects also, man. So they build along the way of, if you have studied the history of the east coast of Africa, there are ancient buildings, man. Great architecture in which even Esau, when he came to Africa, he wondered, man. Those were built by the Phoenicians, man. When they circumnavigated around Africa, man, they have different stops. One of the stops is Zimbabwe, South Africa, then to the America, which is Ophir. And this is proved through Wikipedia. I'm not a historian. I don't have access to books. So you need to excuse me, man. So another thing, this is a proof that South America have the best gold. This is just getting gold from the waters, man. This water which have collected themselves to the ground, you get gold. So that's the place where there was much gold, man. And another thing to prove for you, Ophir is, you see, Ophir is a place. Let's see. I want Ophir here. Let's see. This is First King 10 and 11, and there's another ace of Hiram. Who is Hiram, man? The king of Tyre, man. See, this was a Phoenician that brought gold from Ophir, brought it from Ophir, great plenty of almond tree and precious stone, man. That's where you find this gemstone, man. Emerald. You don't find. I haven't seen emerald in Africa, man. I don't know if they are present there in a few number, man. And the king made of the almond tree pillar of the house of the Lord, and for the king house harp as the, you see, this different peacock, man. Let me see, man. So, and this what you call this Queen of Sheba brought gold to King Solomon because they obtained gold from PUNT, man. If you can understand. You see, the merchant brought different. I think you brothers know about this verse, man. So, my conclusion is there is no such a thing as the 10 lost tribes. The southern kingdom knew about the northern kingdom, that they went to a place known as Asaret. You see? And there was always contact between the southern kingdom, which was ruling Europe, with the northern kingdom to the America, which was in the America. When Esau came, he diffused this information left and right to confuse the people. He tell you Ophir is in Australia, Ophir is in India. Hey man, come on man. Ophir is in Australia. Where is the place they produce the best gold, man? It is in the America, followed by South Africa, then Zimbabwe, man, and the Congo. You see? So the Zimbabwe was PUNT, and Ophir was in the America, man. And Ophir is no goddamn way India. But in India they got gold, yes, man. And in Australia, I am not denying that, man. But there is no way in hell that Ophir was in India or Australia. Plain and simple. And as I told you from the beginning, that even believing in history, it requires faith, man. Like that Bagout was asking Apostle Taha, how do you know that what you read is correct concerning this prophecy in the history? Apostle Taha replied to that Bagout and told him it's all about faith, man. So it is all about faith. It is all about faith. So this was my 2 cents concerning the Northern Kingdom. I hope you brothers are edified. Until next time, shalom.